Hello there and welcome back to this Let's Play of the Binding of Isaac. Let's just have a look at what we're doing here. So I noticed first of all that the thing here has changed because we actually beat Mom in the last episode. So there's some indication of progress right here. I don't think I'll do the challenges yet, but that's definitely something I'll look into at some point. I like how the text is all kind of stretched here, it's pretty cool. New run. Alright, and we did unlock another character on the previous run, Lazarus. So we are not in a hurry this time around. I was definitely in the first episode very hesitant to spend any time on this at all because I just wanted to play the game. So let's just have a quick look at what we actually have to do here. Maggie is unlocked by having 7 heart containers. That seems pretty doable. Cain unlocked by holding 55 pennies, also pretty easy. Judas... I don't know. I even forget what you had to do in the first, in the vanilla game to unlock him. Eve is unlocked by not picking up hearts for 2 levels. That's a bit trickier, but I could see that become doable if you play a character that doesn't have any heart containers at all. Samson is unlocked by beating 2 levels without taking damage. That's gonna be a little tricky maybe. Azazel unlocked by making 3 deals with the devil in 1 game. That should be easy. Lazarus is probably the one that we're going to do here. To begin with, to play with here. That didn't even make it any better. I apologize, Internet. And we're gonna play as Lazarus right now, who has the stats 3 to 2. How does that compare to Isaac? It's actually exactly the same. Oh, I just noticed that we have a hard mode. That's not gonna be something we're gonna do immediately. Alright. So what's going on here? We begin with a pill. That's cool. So we'll check that out later. It looks like Mom's Pad right there. Mom's Pad is a spacebar item which provides us with a good amount of invincibility, if I remember correctly. And it's gross. And we can use it every 3 rooms. So maybe I'll do the same mistake that I did last episode, namely try to explain every single thing that's going on, even though it goes on a lot faster than I can possibly explain it. This creates for messy commentary. But that's what I know, so it's probably what I'm gonna do. It's kind of cool though, because if the game is anything like the vanilla, at some point Isaac, the character Isaac, just becomes super powerful. So it seems like this character is like just pure Isaac, except he starts with a pill. So that could probably become an interesting character to play for people who are kind of purists in their approach to the game. Also, I was very close to taking damage there, and I'm pretty happy that we haven't done so far. So down there is the shop, right? Yeah, I forget the icons. I'm not a complete fan of the new minimap compared to the old one. I think it's a little messy, but it works. Alright, so we're already very close to not having taken damage for 2 levels. We're not quite at 1 level yet, but maybe we'll get there. Gemini, what a nice little logo. Oh, he's fast. He's not super fast, but he's about as fast as me. I'm actually a little bit slow, I think. It might just be me though. This game is so smooth, it's fantastic. So I probably want to get rid of the body first, not because the body is the most scary one, but it's just the easiest one to hit by far, because he follows me around, unlike the little baby that, or whatever you want to call him, the follower that's stuck to him. Oh! Alright, there we go. Now he's super scary though, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. I think he doesn't shoot in this face, but he did get very... Ah, shit, I took damage. Close to me. I guess maybe I should use a pill just in case it does something useful. But just in case it's telepills, the pill that teleports you out of the room, I'm gonna wait a little bit to do so. It's probably not though. I don't know if the pills in Rebirth are the same as they are in Vanilla Isaac. What's up with this guy's arms? Whoop. There we go. That took longer than it should have. So, because there's no reason not to pick up lunch, which gives us another heart container. Cool if we can get up to 7 heart containers, because then we unlock Maggie. So the pill was puberty, which does nothing but make us a little bit silly looking. I can live with that, definitely. Alright, on to the next floor. So that's a boss challenge room, which I cannot go into if I have more than 1 red heart. I believe that's the limit anyway. So far, so good. This room should be pretty easy. There's also just regular achievements for instance, not taking damage on the basement, not taking damage on the caves, and so forth. So, in trying to unlock, who was it, Eve, I think? I'll probably also be getting those achievements. The one for not... I shouldn't spoil anything. Just ignore that I even began formulating a sentence right there. One thing I realized, I was looking at the Northern Lion playing this this game a little bit. It seems like the scrolling effect here makes me a little bit nauseous when I watch other people play the game. But it's not actually bad at all. It's a little strange. Harlequin baby, double shot buddy. Okay, so that's just a familiar who follows us around and shoots. Not all that useful, I think, because, I mean, if you aim correctly, he's not gonna hit. Oh, that's a tinted rock right there. Yeah, let's just open that immediately. So tinted rocks have a slightly different texture than ordinary rocks, and they contain goodies when you blow them up. Do I want that heart yet? Probably not, but will I remember to go back and pick it up later? I'm not sure. The only reason I don't want to pick it up the soul heart right immediately, or right now, is that in case I take too much damage, if I begin taking red heart damage on this floor, it would just be like wasted health. I might as well pick it up at the end of the floor. That shouldn't be a concern though. I mean, we're still on very easy floors right now. This is gonna be a little bit annoying only because I cannot actually hit those flies. Maybe I'll just take those last and hope that they'll eventually make their way away from the rocks. So we have the boss room right here. I think I'll just go to the boss room because it's faster, and then that gives me an idea of whether or not I should pick up the soul heart that's lying in that other room, or I should wait a bit. Come on, this is taking forever. Alright. Oh, Dingle! He took so much health off of me on the last run. Oh! Oh, I like his whistle there. I can actually make good use of Harlequin Baby here. Get 2 hits in at once. Probably even 3 if I dare to move closer, which I don't. Alright, so I really need to use the poop for my advantage here. Just like in real life. Ah, he managed to get a shot through. Again, okay. Should be easy enough just to move out a little bit. I'm not sure what the optimal kind of dodging here is. Yet anyway. Probably depends heavily on your setup. I want to get a little bit close just to get that extra damage from Harlequin Baby, but yeah. Now at least I'm happy that I didn't pick up the soul heart before. What do we have here? Safety pin, evil, range, and shot speed up. I'm seeing a lot of shot speed ups. Shot speed just means that your shots fire. They don't fire faster, but they fly faster, so they reach your enemies closer. This was more or less an objective bad in the original game, actually, because it came with a bunch of other negatives. Oh, and we got a black heart. I guess that's the evil part of it. Black hearts are super useful. I'm probably gonna want to pick up the soul heart, actually, to protect the black heart, because it seems like the black heart is probably more useful the later into the game you get. Simply because it deals damage, and the harder the enemies that you're facing are, the more you're probably interested in dealing damage to them. So this room was super useless in the original. Essentially, you walk over the spikes a bunch of times and then you get a chest. But normally, the health that you lose to get it would be too much compared to the use that you get out of the chest. And in particular, when you're not running on just red hearts, like right now where I have both soul hearts and black hearts, it seems like a pretty bad deal. But, I mean, there are situations where there is no reason not to try that out. So as you notice right now, the map is somehow longer. I think there were 8 levels, where in the previous run we had only 6 levels. So what is up with that? I know what's up with that. But yeah, maybe some of you don't. So I'm just, yeah, for once I'll try not to spoil something. In case you're new to this game. So yeah, challenge room, 3 waves of enemies, and I get a chest out of it. The enemies are probably so easy that I might as well do that, because the chest, oh shit, could contain good stuff. I actually lost a full heart of energy from touching that guy, which is of course not something that I'm too happy about. I should probably focus on one enemy here instead of just running around, but it feels like with Harlequin Baby I have so much spread on my shots that if the more enemies I can hit at once, the better somehow. Alright, we get a trinket, I guess? Flatworm, blub blub. Okay, so that made our shots flatter. I'm not sure what that means. So I'll probably be looking to go into the room here on the right. I'm pointing with my finger right now, you probably can't see that. I certainly hope that you cannot see that, because that would be somehow a little bit creepy in very many ways. I want to go into that room at some point, if I lose my black heart. I'm probably not gonna sacrifice my black heart to do so though, just because these black hearts seem super useful. But yeah, does this go down? I guess not. I do want that key and that bomb though. There are items in the game that make you fly. So if you can fly, of course, you could avoid the spikes right there. That was kind of an easy room, but also scary while it lasted. So there's Rosary. Rosary gives us faith, whatever that means, and 3 soul hearts. So I'll try to remember to come back for that later. I hate these turret guys. They take forever to kill. I guess that was too bad. Still, they're a little bit annoying though. I'm so slow. I really wish I would get some kind of item to make me faster. Seems like there are plenty of those. That one fly there is super fast. That blows up. That also blows up. I should be looking for secret rooms actually. Not that I have any bombs to do so. And there's the bomb to do so. I've also not been using Mom's Pad. I really should remember to do that. I could have probably saved some damage if I used it against Dingle. Yeah, there is absolutely no reason not to. There's a key. Oh! Okay, so something I was wondering about is whether or not the black heart thing, it only affects what you have on your or I mean, if it only affects enemies on your screen or it affects the entire room, and it looks like the latter. Okay, so this is a broken magnet, right? Which kind of works. I guess I could use that actually to get the bomb and the key. So if I remember, I'll bring that on the way back. Otherwise, I'm a little bit more curious about what Flatworm actually does, because it's not entirely obvious to me. So I guess that was the entire floor. So let's just take the boss immediately. Pestilence, who is one of the Harbingers that we unlocked in the previous run. So I may as well use Mom's Pad. So it seems like he still does his stuff, but he moves away from me when I use it. So it has nothing to do with invincibility at all, as I claimed that it did. So yeah, don't listen to what I say as much as what the game claims is correct. So this should be easy enough. The green stuff that he creates on the ground is going to be a little bit annoying to avoid, and if he creates too many enemies at once, that's going to be annoying as well. But thankfully my Harlequin Baby actually does a pretty good job at crowd controlling, just by hitting the enemies that I'm not hitting. That's pretty useful. Well, okay, you can go up there if you want. That's probably gonna make you easier to hit. Or maybe not. His AI is fantastic, hiding behind that little rock right there. He has a lot of health. Oh, okay, that was very difficult to avoid. So I am losing a fair bit of health. I'm not too happy about that. But we just unlocked the Book of Revelations, which is a useful item in many cases. So let's just backtrack a little bit. So what did I want to do? I want the broken magnet, which attracts coins. I'm not sure if it attracts other stuff like keys, or there is no reason not to pick this up. Keys or bombs, but I'll find out now. It doesn't. That's good to know. So it is indeed broken. I'm not sure that's how breaking a magnet actually affects physics, but again, in here we'll have Rosary, which I may as well pick up. Gives me 3 spirit hearts. That's pretty good. And oh, that was a huge mistake. I wanted to go in here first, of course. I'm gonna go in here anyway, even though it's gonna cause me to lose a bit of health. I think I can. Yeah, I saw that on another stream. We can clear these flames by using a bomb, but I'm probably not gonna use a bomb just to get a chest. Did already go in here, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Let's see if there is a secret room up here. There is not. The secret room is more common than not, surrounded by as many rooms as possible. So I mean, going by that alone, there should be 2 possible locations for it here. There are, in the vanilla game, a bunch of other rules that has to satisfy the secret room, so that you can more or less always figure out exactly where it is. I'm not sure how that works in this game, though. I didn't actually pick up the item here. What is that? Ball of bandages. Gotta lick them all. Okay, so ball of bandages was one of the items that I unlocked in the previous run. Not sure what it does. Oftentimes in the original, if you had like items flying around you, those will soak up bullets from enemies and stuff like that. So that's really useful. I'm not sure if that's the case for this particular item. That would make sense because Meat Boy is an item which does exactly that in Vanilla Isaac. And I mean, bandages, it's probably a reference to Bandage Girl, who's also a character in Super Meat Boy, where Meat Boy is from. Alright, so we have a mini-boss here. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. So far it's going pretty well though. Or anyway. Logic. I'm very happy that these shots are so slow. Because otherwise I could have easily been hit here. Still not sure what my trinket does other than flatten out my shots. Perhaps with some shot effects that has more of an impact than others. Or than with others. I'm not sure. More turrets, of course. Ah! There was no reason to take damage from that. There is an arcade. I'm not sure if we saw one of those in the previous run. Using an arcade takes money. Or going in there costs 1 penny. And optimally, I'm gonna go to the shop and get something from that before I'm using money on anything else. And yeah. So I'm gonna save my money for now. What else did we have? We had sacrifice room and boss room. Or boss challenge room. Oh! This is also essentially a boss that we're facing right here. A fairly easy one though, but a boss nonetheless. Ah, this Brownian motion scares me. Lots of poop. That poop contains goodies, so I mean, essentially we could farm consumables and soul hearts forever here if we like to do so, but we're probably gonna lose more than we're gonna gain in the process. So again, I'm not gonna take the heart up there immediately, because it could end up being useful later on, more useful later on. So you can blow up rocks and then they fly over holes or gaps, as you saw right there, which is useful. Except I didn't get anything too useful out of the chest, but still, it could have been useful. So kind of a vanilla run so far, actually. Not too many new items. Easy enough. And again, I could probably make better use out of my spacebar item than I have been. In particular because we're seeing all of these batteries lying around, which means that you can use your spacebar so much more often than you would ordinarily be able to in Vanilla Isaac. I know that I'm making a ton of references to Vanilla Isaac, which is probably super annoying to people who didn't play that game. But also, if you didn't play Vanilla Isaac, maybe it's actually you that there's something wrong with to begin with. Huh. That's a scary looking fellow right there. These flies have way too much health. I wish that I had some more damage going for me. Guy blows up into a bomb fly, which actually helped me kill one of the other flies. I imagine this room could be super annoying if the flies didn't actually come to you. Anyway, let's check out our item room. It's a lockfoot, which means that we are now more lucky. So I think that means that we get more consumables from stuff in general, and that arcades and things that you can gamble on pay out more than they normally would. I'm not sure if we can blow up these rocks here. I mean, they sort of look like irony things that in video games you normally wouldn't be able to blow up, so unless I get a surplus of bombs, I'm probably not gonna test if I can or not. Oh! A bomb for Blackheart seems like a pretty good trade, because the Blackheart is useful. As we saw on the previous run, where it essentially killed the last boss for us. Oh, this guy. Ah! Why is he so difficult to dodge? It's incredible. What's that? Paperclip, Master of Lockpicking. Okay, so if I had to guess, that means that there's a chance that we don't use a key going into rooms. So now we have 7 keys. Now we have 6 keys. So the chance, if it is like that, is definitely not 100%. Let's buy this, whatever it is. Fanny pack filled with goodies. Okay, not sure what that does. And I guess we could donate. Okay, I'm still not sure what that does. From what I gathered, it's something like if you donate enough, you get access to better items. So that you kind of get benefit from playing the game more. I'm not sure if that's completely correct or how it works in practice. And I mean, this is something that should sort of last over the course of several games. So if that is the case indeed, it's not something I'm a big fan of. I definitely like games where you're sort of as powerful as you get from the beginning. I know Isaac is not like that, because you unlock items by completing achievements as well. But I like that it's not too grindy, if that makes any sense. And I mean, having to pay enough money to get all the items in the game seems like it's a grind more than anything. But still, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna complain too hard about that. So Gertie we know and love. Here, Harlequin Baby is doing super good job. Super good work, I should say. One thing I'm curious about is whether or not the bandage that we have around us actually deals damage to enemies if we get too close. I am a little too much of a pussy to actually test if that's the case, but that's the case with Meat Boy in the vanilla game. And just going by analogy, it would make sense if the same thing was true for the bandage thingy here. Ah, we actually need to kill this thing. Is that the case in vanilla? Not sure. I'm gonna do it. Screw tears plus shot speed up. Tears is super useful. That hires are hires. Is that an English word? Yeah, I'm not sure anybody cares at this point. I'm just gonna make up the words that are the most convenient for what I'm trying to explain. It makes us shoot stuff faster, and of course the shot speed up, as before, makes our individual shots faster. Alright, so I remember leaving something behind. I left this thing behind, and now I won't make the same mistake as on the previous floor. I'm gonna go up here. I should have checked out the arcade maybe, just for the hell of it. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plenty of red hearts lying around. So I'm gonna do something a little rash here, perhaps. Well, first of all, this didn't help me at all. I'm gonna force myself to take a bit of damage here. And I want it to line up, so I shouldn't do it too fast. This might seem insane, but the purpose will probably be... Oh! I got a bomb. Is that from the fanny pack, perhaps? That when I take damage, I actually get consumables? I'm not gonna complain. That's fine with me. Okay, so now I can go into this room, and I don't have to do anything. I can just check out what's here. And I don't know what that item does, but of course I have to fight enemies if I take it, and then if I die, then it's just too bad, right? I'm gonna take the risk, just for the hell of it. Sissy Longlegs, she loves you. So it's like a spider that deals damage to enemies. That's super useful. If she actually did something, and she spawns those spectral spiders, which is also super cool. So I'm a little scared here. This could easily be the end of the run. But I'm not gonna be too sad. Here in the beginning of the game, of course I want to beat the game, obviously. But I also want to really check out, get an idea of what's going on in the game, what I can do, and what the game does for me, stuff like that. But I mean, you can see, sort of... okay. Why am I still alive, is the question. I know that it said my life times 1 up there. Is that a Lazarus thing that I get a bonus life? Huh. I thought for sure that we're done for... we might still be. I mean, we're not out of this room yet. But getting that bonus life, of course, makes us a lot less dead than we would have been if we were dead. So, if that's something about Lazarus, that certainly makes him seem more powerful than Isaac. Even though I still think that maybe we were a bit slower to begin with, but I mean, that's negligible compared to the benefit of still being alive. Oh, I should have used my spacebar. That would have probably made that a lot easier. Okay, we did die. That's unfortunate. I'm not going to be too sad about it. Instead... let's take this as... I have no excuses. I can't even come up for a good excuse for dying here. Anyway, the run is over. Our stats are ruined. We no longer have 0 deaths. One thing to notice about this game that I might as well mention immediately is that it's very much about collecting all the items. As you can tell from the list right here, the game is completely ridiculously full of items, out of which we have only found quite a few. So that's, if I'm ever going to 100% this game, which I don't imagine will be the case, that's gonna really take forever. Also, secrets kind of play the same role. We unlocked a bunch of them in the previous run, and there are quite a few of them still to be unlocked. But I'm gonna end this run here. So for now, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you some other time.